today is like the biggest day ever for you guys, and I know for fans, myself included. That video that you showed at the panel was a tearjerker, and the moment when Julie said, "There's only 2 things left to say, thank you and goodbye," was your heart breaking like mine?
I may have cried a bit myself. Yeah. This has not only been the longest acting job of my entire life, but it's a quarter of my life, literally. So the experiences that have been captured in this experience, you could write a book about, you know? So I just want to say thank you to you, and to everyone else.
Yeah, what is your message to the fans who, I mean, like you were saying, this is a big chunk of your life, 8 years.
My message to the fans is always thank you, and I'm grateful, but I also want to give a thank you to Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
We film in Atlanta, like, Georgians are amazing people. Our crew's amazing, they're Georgians as well. Like, I don't know, I'm a humble guy, and I'm feeling grateful.
What do you have to say to the fans? Like, what's your message in this moment that's happening?
Well, I guess you never know where life's going to take you, and I'm not an overtly sentimental guy, but I think this calls for it. I genuinely appreciate the love, the fact that everyone tuned in and fell in love with these characters and followed this story for so long. It really changed the trajectory of my life, changed who I was, and shaped who I am. So, in a good way. And so I'm eternally grateful.
Well, there's so much I'd love to say. I mean, with this has been my first introduction to a huge fan-based show, and the amount of love and support that I felt for not only the show but for my
all
music,
your projects, yeah.
Everything I'm doing. They're there time and time again. People who come to my gigs. I see the same people sometimes coming to show after show, and are just there, wanting to be a part of that experience. And that, to me, is just such an amazing thing to experience, that love and support. So, I mean, we make the show for the fans.
Right.
I mean, they're our bosses in a way. And I think it's an important thing to remember for all people in the entertainment industry, is that your fans are the people you're making this for. Respect them, love them, and show your support. So,
what do you want to say to the fans? You guys have one of the most passionate fandoms out there, really.
Yeah, it's hard to sum it up in just a couple words, and it really is. It's sitting there and realizing just how much just walking into a room can change your life. Sorry, golly.
No, oh my gosh,
it's
no.
totally fine all day. But it does. It totally... Anyway, how life-changing this has been.
Listen, doing 22-episode television show, it's almost like reading a book. Not every chapter is going to be great. There's an immense amount of work that has to happen, and there are varying degrees of success. But at the end of every week, you have to deliver an episode, and we try very hard to do our best. And you guys have stuck with us and kept us on the air. And those 7 years, that's an amazing run. So we're grateful.
Yeah, I mean, I know the fans are so passionate. You guys have, well, I don't need to tell you, you have one of the strongest, most passionate fandoms out there. And I think one of the moments in the video today that really hit me was when Julie said, "There's only 2 things left to say, thank you and goodbye." Oh, my heart breaks.
Yeah,
what do you have to say to the fans? Because I know you're very connected to them. Like, what's your message to them right now?
My message is thank you for all the support and the love, and just remember that the human element that goes beyond this show is that as much as we love this show and we're so grateful for you for keeping the show in the air, we are actually not our characters. We're human beings who have families and lives and hopes and dreams just like you do. So the best thing you can do as a viewer is to associate those characters and those scenes and those storylines with something that's in your heart and not with us personally. Because in the dawn, not even in the dawn, in the golden age now of social media, people have a tendency to associate me with Damon.
Right.
And me and my personal life with Damon, and it's just not true. So as we grow up and as we age and as we mature, just remember that there's something beautiful about fandom. But there's also something that's beautiful about boundaries and knowing that there is a separation. And so the best thing, I see it as a two-parter. You get to love a character on television, and you get to either like or dislike the person as a person, but we're all good people on this cast, and we're just doing the best we can. So whatever that's worth, whatever that means to you guys, I hope you take it with only coming from a place of compassion and teaching the younger viewers to just remember that we are not our characters. And thank you for the passion and the love.
Yeah.
Now let's find the compassion and the love.
Exactly. Preach.